I think, I guess it comes hand in hand. If it doesn't have the budo, then it just doesn't so that doesn't go, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they both have its place, and one, yeah, they both 50-50 type thing.
Thank you for saying that, because I think this is exactly what fascinates me with Kyokushin as one of the, or as same as with Judo, Kyokushin, or if Shotokan Karate, or many other traditional martial arts. Kyokushin is traditional, but is very tough game, right?
Oh,
But
for sure.
when you go, for example, to some other martial arts, and I have many friends in higher ranking MMA. Please don't miss. I also do grappling and not only striking, right? But one thing which I always miss in MMA, right, is a lack of Budo. You know what I mean? Is a very, the same. When I was going to school, United States, to university, I was also a member of boxing team. So next to this Kyokushin, and it's lovely. Boxing is very good, but when it lacks, right, this Budo. I don't know, because I'm tainted by Kyokushin, because I started as a kid, so it's always in my head. Always Budo. Where is Budo, right? But when I trained with Muay Thai fighters, although they don't talk about Budo, but many people don't know Muay Thai is in Thailand. I'm not saying the way it's practiced, for example, where I live in Germany, because it's not that way. But in
Yeah.
Thailand, it's also very, very spiritual and traditional martial art, right? So you like this type of thing. So I'm happy to hear that, because in some Kyokushin clubs, you hear more and more. Oh, we don't need this spirituality or this Budo, and so I don't think it's a good. Impersonally, it's a good idea to go that way. Have you ever done any? Okay, you're a basketball player as well. You still practice basketball. Have you ever done any grappling? Like say,
I have on some karate camps,
mhm.
and it's not for me. I'd rather I respect anyone, like US. I respect it so much, the fitness behind it and the strength behind it. But oh gosh, I think I probably don't do it enough to probably even think about it. But yeah, it's another world. I think I take stand up fighting over.
Jacinda, tell us why. I tell you, there are many MMA fighters watching this channel, many Kyokushin fighters watching this channel, and many pure grapplers watching this channel, right? So three camps, right?
Oh, I don't want to offend anyone.
No, not at all, not at all. Actually, it's good, because I would like to have different opinions, and that's what is extremely important. No, not at all. Tell us
Yeah.
why you don't, why you prefer stand-up fighter. But
I
because
think,
I practice both. That's the reason I'm
yeah,
saying. Why do you
I
prefer?
think because we train at a community hall, so we train on floorboards, which is great for your tough feet, tough knuckles, and anything. You don't have mats, so that's one thing. We don't have the mats to do grappling, and I think it comes from higher above. Like, if we don't, like, Sensei doesn't do grappling, then we don't get passed down. Yeah, we do our self-defense and our takedowns. So that stuff I enjoy. But I've always, even with basketball, I've always had a struggle to wrap my head around sort of like, basketball plays, or, a bit clumsy with footwork go here, or, you need to step to the side and switch and all that stuff. I'm basic minded and just stick with the basics type thing. And I'm sure if we put in more time, I might enjoy it a bit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, both are extremely important. I mean, both word striking and grappling, but absolutely, it's a different game. And for fitness, it's a different type of fitness as well. Of course,
Oh, for sure.
it is a
For
different.
sure.
Uh, um, I'm sure now, coming back to basketball, I'm sure basketball helps you in Kyokushin as well, doesn't it?
I think about the spirituality, like the respect. Like, I've represented, our city and everything in basketball, and I was a pretty aggressive player. Like, if someone was to stand up to me, like, I wouldn't hold back type thing. And sort of once starting karate, that sort of learnt me, that bit more respect to your opponent or your teammate, or not teammate, the other team. But and yeah, obviously like footwork, and you're more aware, I guess, as well of where people are and where you are and everything. I suppose that karate sort of taught you that. And, you know, sometimes I reckon I get more hurt at basketball than I do karate.
I believe you. I mean, I never played basketball, but when I watched it,
you've got 9 other people all around you, and you know, when you're fighting, you've got one person in front of you that you can, you know, where they are, and you just sometimes you don't know where the other people are on a basketball court, and they can come from all different directions. So
it's very interesting because, you know, when I started martial arts, I started at the age of 5, so I have been always in martial arts. And okay, later on I also joined swimming camp for long distance swimming, but I've never been in ball sports the way you are. But my boy, for example, plays as a Europeans say football, as Americans say soccer. How do you say in your country? Do you say football or do you say soccer?
You say it as well. Depends who you ask. But
okay,
our football is Australian rules football, so that's my footy. So
okay, interesting. Okay, and I was in your country once, right? So, and what I observed when my boy was playing, I mean, he's very sportive. He does martial arts as well with me, of course. But I realized the dangers of getting injured. I mean, he does grappling and he does Kyokushin. I don't want him to do MMA now because I don't want kids to do MMA. You know, grappling separate, Kyokushin separate, but you understand why, right? Okay. And but I realized playing soccer, he is much more exposed to getting injured than in martial arts.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and I never realized it because, you know, I just watch soccer on TV. I always ask myself, you know, we are all tough in Kyokushin. Why do they play this game when they fall? But then I realized because they don't expect the attack, right? It's not that because they are too weak, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with me? You know, because when we fight, we are fighting. We expect punches, kicks, or whatever from one person, as you rightly mentioned. They don't know where it comes from, right? Right.
Agree. Definitely.
Okay, tell us a bit before we finish this. Tell us about your future plans. What are you going to do in Kyokushin? What are you planning to do for future?
We had a tournament coming up July 10th, but we just had a COVID outbreak in Melbourne. So we've been in lockdown for a bit and out again. So they've pushed that back to September. So sure you've heard of Judd Reed?
Yeah.
Of course. So I
trained. Right?
Of course. So Judd's only an hour up the road. So we're pretty lucky about that. So Friday nights he does his fight night. So every now and again I'll try and get up to that. And he's just started doing tournaments, big tournaments, so fight nights. So I've done a few of those. So he was supposed to, his new one that come out, it's called the Australian Open. So to find the best of Australia. So that's what's going to be in September. So that'll probably be the next tournament I'll head in.
He did this 109 fights, right? And then there was a documentary on that,
he
of
did
course.
That. So, I couldn't even tell you what year that would have been in now. Was it 2010, 2011, maybe?
Yeah. I watched the whole documentary on him.
Yeah, it's I've watched it a few times, and it's every time you watch it, you're like, yeah, let's go out and train. But yeah, he's an amazing man, and it's amazing to, you know, be able to access his training and his camps and his knowledge. You know, he's got the time of day for anyone.
Where does he live?
He's in Melbourne now.
Oh, he's in Melbourne. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Jacinta. Would you like to add anything for our viewers watching this channel, or say anything?
I don't know. I think we need more, you know, women out there involvement and in the Kyokushin world. I think being a heavyweight woman, it's hard. Like one matches, especially I've really struggled to get one matches. And a couple of times I've been asked at the last minute, a week out, 2 weeks out for a one match. I've not prepared. Fitness has nowhere been where you want to, but I'm like, well, I know how hard it is to find a one match. of course I'm going to accept the fight. Or obviously if I could accept the fight. So I've done that a couple times for some ladies. But yeah, so hopefully, I know our dojo, we've got a lot of girls coming up through our junior classes. And I think, you know, in this day and age, that's a great thing to see if they can take a couple of things out self-defense for them. And that can, hopefully they never have to use it, but if they know it and they have the knowledge of it to be aware, yeah.
Do you have some more minutes? Because I would like to ask you something about self-defense.
Sure.
Okay. What do you think about self-defense is such a complicated issue. You know, the way, I mean, possibly, you know that I also trained with weapons, non-weapons, self-defense, Kyokushin, and so. You know, I always say when I teach self-defense, and okay, you need striking, you need grappling, but my example is always when I teach self-defense is this. This is only a pen, right? You don't need a knife. You need a determined fighter with a pen. Then see what he can do to you. And people always get shocked when I give this example. A pen? I said, yeah, I'm saying a determined fighter, like in Kyokushin, right? In Kyokushin fight, when you fight, you punch, he punches back. In grappling, you try to choke. I mean, of course he tries to choke you as well. He doesn't sit and you choke him, right? Or her. They fight back. No, not, you know, now imagine he has it, he punches, he kicks, right? You know, for example, like in some self-defense courses, the knife comes, the guy defends. And then the guy doesn't do anything. But I always say, if he knifes you, even you catch it, if you can, he punches with the other hand. Yeah. That's what they don't take into consideration. You see, as if whole game plan is based on a knife or on a pen. And then this pen can really wreak havoc, can cause so much damage, and people don't realize that.
Mm. Anything could be a weapon, you know,
You see? And so self-defense, as you mentioned, that is extremely, extremely important. And you never know where it starts, you never know where it ends. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with me, Jacinda?
Oh, definitely. And, you know, you don't know if, you know, you've always got to be wary if it's the same thing of going back to the people, like it could be a group of people, a bunch of mates, or, you know, if you're at the bar or whatever. So you've got to have your vision, you know, looking around, and you can't always, you know, let your guard down.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Do you have any suggestions for self-defense for our viewers, please? Just share something with us.
I think I'm a homebody, but I reckon when I started black karate, I'd been out a couple times with girlfriends and everything, and I think I've always been, you know, people are in their phones, or, you know, you've got your headphones in and stuff like that. You know, always be aware of what's around you. You know, if you're on your own and you've got your headphones in, you know, turn the volume down so you can still hear things. And, you know, just don't always be looking down. Be aware of your situation around you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's right. It's a very good thing. Thank you very much, Jacinda. Would you like to add anything else or say anything else for our viewers?
No, I think that's all.
Thank you for.
I'll think of something else later, and I'm like, I should have said that, but I think.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very nice day. And again, thanks for coming here to our channel. I really appreciate that, and we all appreciate that. My team as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.